Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Bit of a fun one today. This is going to be a shopping haul that covers luxury, high street and a bit of fragrance. So we're out here doing it for the masses. I have been very sister spendy this week, and you know, I don't regret it. It's been good. I've been out here thriving. Out here
spending money, sis.
I wanted to kind of show you everything I got.
Sis, get it together.
I'll start in order of what I bought first to last, because it kind of makes more sense and it's a little bit more chronological for me. So one thing I really need, and I still do need, is a backpack, but I can't find one that I like, and I'm really quite particular about that because obviously it's something you use every day, but I can't see anything that I really want. Ideally I'd like it to be designer, that is just me. I know not everyone's the same. I was also really kind of into the small sort of bag thing that people have going on, so whether it's, this is technically a fanny pack, but I do wear it like crossbody. I think that's a really nice look, and you know, it's really convenient because I can put all my jinkly jangly bits, so, you know, keep card holder and keys and lip balm. You know, when you're a shopaholic like me, you don't have the time to be wasting because you're buying at the till before you actually allow yourself to realise what you're spending. I also bought this t-shirt when I was looking for that fanny pack, which I think is so me. It's got Zodiac on the front and Zodiac and all the signs on the back, and Scorpio's down there at the bottom, which is what I am. And I just thought this was absolutely made for me. Obviously the video, which is on my channel already, about why I like being a Scorpio. Anything that's kind of trendy but does also kind of nod to horoscopes I'm really into. So, I don't know if I touched on in my last video about struggles of having expensive taste, that I am an absolute shoe fiend. Like, shoes are my weakness. They're the thing that I'm more than happy to spend money on, and so I don't feel any shame when I do. Well, actually, that's a lie. I do feel shame when I put things in a basket that are, you know, ridiculously expensive, but I also know that it's the one thing that I will allow myself to spend decent money, and I try and buy as carefully as I can so that they do last, in terms of being a classic style. So I bought some triple S's. So I know that these, oh, how do I even show them nicely? I know that these obviously are a bit of a Marmite shoe. Like, some people absolutely love them, some people hate them. I was on the hate list to start with. I wasn't entirely sold on them, only because I thought the chunky shoe style isn't going to be around forever. So I didn't think that the chunky shoe trend would be something that would be long-standing enough to carry on into the next season. Whereas I have kind of been proven wrong in a little way. Like, there's so many other brands that are kind of still doing the chunky shoe, and they are still, you know, selling like hotcakes. I don't think it's going to be something that's going to go away just yet. So I was like, you know, F it, I'm gonna invest. And you know, I'm very much a case of when I go in, I go hard. And again, with the careful purchasing, I went for the cream combo. If you want to be really safe, just go for the all black ones. But I kind of felt like these would be a sort of colour scheme that I could wear into summer, definitely spring, you know, with pale tones and kind of nice earthy tones that are kind of bringing you in towards, you know, coming out of winter but going into the lighter tones. But I just thought, you know, cream was a really safe option, and get dirty, but I kind of feel that's part of the character of these shoes because they are meant to be, obviously, you know, your dad's old shoes from the 90s. I am very lucky that I am a UK 7, so where I can, and it's usually quite frequently, if I, you know, I prefer to do it more than I would boys, that I buy my in women's sizes, so you can obviously get a little bit more off depending on the brand and what their price range is. And also it kind of means that they fit a little bit more snug, because with those, they are quite heavy, so, you know, I really wanted them to be, you know, nice and tight, so they kind of felt that they were welded on. So they are a true 7, and I think I picked really well with those. Like with chunky socks, which is what I wear them with, you know, they're really on the verge of tight, so, you know, that's perfect. So if I wanted to wear like a pop sock or anything, you know, they'd fit like a dream. That was the biggest purchase of this haul, but definitely the most important and most exciting one for me. I don't know what it's like for you guys, but the Zara around here is pretty good, and they did obviously an extreme sale now towards the end to try and shift everything, where most things are now down to under £9, or less. So I managed to buy so much. I got it for a total of £65, which I was so happy about. I was kind of bracing myself for maybe 85 to 90, because the amount of things that I was holding on to, but 65 is a really amazing amount. So I try to focus more on getting more trousers and stuff from Zara, because I don't often shop there, but when I do, I like to buy things that I can't necessarily grab everywhere else, but also, again, play it safe. But there are some bits in here which I think are fun and quirky, and I'm really excited to start wearing and kind of piecing together and see what I can do with them. Sometimes I think at the best of times can be a little bit overpriced, but in terms of the quality, especially with the trousers, tops, not so much, but with the trousers they definitely do price them fairly to what you get. So I'll stop jabbering. So the first pair which I've worn today, hence why it's got my little Gucci belt on, is these pair of just normal. Oh, the light's not gonna. The camera's not going to give these any sort of justice. They're kind of like a really nice classic chino. They look super grey on camera, but they're like that normal kind of slightly off mustard. They're like a slightly boxy fit, and the label for them, and they are women's as well. Just these, especially, just because I saw them, and they're called the new chino. They're just like a straight boxy leg. I just rolled up the cuff just once, just because I wanted them to be a little bit higher for where my socks could peek out. And they've kind of got standard pockets, and they just have a really like boxy crotch. Like they don't look like they'd be specifically women's trousers. Like, hence why I tried them on and really liked them, because they are quite roomy and definitely give some sort of like masculine vibes to them. So that's really good. I just thought that was such an incredible saving. And you can't go wrong for a pair of chinos for £6. The next thing I bought, and I absolutely love these, are a pair of just joggers with that nice little stripe down the sides. They come with poppers, which is cute if I want to do a sort of like opened up flare sort of style, maybe. Maybe if I wear them with the triple S's and I kind of want a sock to kind of pop a little bit more, that would be quite a cute little way to do. I mean, green is definitely something that I wear a lot of, and I have a lot of pieces that would probably go with these. And even if I don't wear them necessarily, it's a fully fledged outfit, but I can wear them on the weekend and kind of style them up with like a nice white t-shirt and tuck them in. That's really cute, and they were £10, so really happy with those. And to me is kind of, you can't go wrong with a plastic black jogger, which brings me on to my next one. And these are slightly similar. These are just literally a plain black pair of joggers, but these also have the popper detail at the bottom, so you can kind of customize to how you want them to, and they've kind of got like a slight mesh panel down the side, but you can't really notice them unless you were really up close. And these, again, in a size small. I would ideally, especially with stuff where it's not able to be belt looped, but these definitely do have like an elasticated band. There isn't any signs of being able to adjust them, but they should be fine. If I wear them with like a loose hoodie or something. I was going to say, yeah, with Zara, I would usually kind of go for an extra small, just because I feel like their things do, for me especially, run a little bit on the slightly larger side, but it's a kind of a welcome thing, especially when it's like, if there's only small left, then you can kind of get away with another bargain. So Zara was coming really strong through with those. I'm not one of those people where I kind of buy like high street jeans. Like I really am a stickler for Primark jeans, just only because I know myself so much that I'm going to ruin them eventually, and I will stain them, and I will probably rip them on something. So I try not to spend too much on them, because I just think that probably is the most disposable thing that I can buy, because I'll wear them for a couple of months, get them really frayed in like grey, and then I'll just bin them and replace them. So I don't really like to spend too much. But blue jeans, however, I feel like you can always tell how much you spent on them, just because of obviously the way that they're dyed and the way that they come out. And these were just a pair of skinny fit ones from the men's section, obviously. and these were down to £10 from £30 again. So I kind of thought for a tenner you can't really complain, and they're just a plain pair. There's no rips or any sort of details on them. So I do have quite a lot of blue ripped jeans. So if I did want a day where I could kind of do the whole, play jean with a fun top and maybe, a super extra shoe, then I can do that. So for a tenner, I thought, I can't really complain because that's what I would spend, in Primark anyway on a pair of, trousers. The final pair, which are definitely a little bit more outgoing for, something that maybe isn't quite so, garish with their style, but I kind of thought maybe they would definitely be something I could wear in the summer if I put them with a little bit of a fun outfit. Like I've got two things from the last summer, like really bright poppy shirts, like really big, like flower prints, and lots of colour. So I thought, a trouser that maybe is kind of on the similar lines but a little more toned down, they could go quite nicely together. And these were £8, and they're just kind of like a canvas material. They're a skinny sort of fit. They are a straight leg, but when I put them on, they do fit quite tightly, which is nice. Yeah, like a thin material, and they kind of looks like it's like a hand drawn, even though it's not, but like a hand drawn, like floral design. Like maybe if you use like a potato or something, where they like stamp them on, like it's very that. And these they used to be 30 and they're down to £8 now. So I kind of thought £8 isn't too much to kind of buy, a daring trouser. I can kind of see how I get on with them. If they're a fail, then maybe turn them into shorts or something, because the canvas would be quite fun for like a little short moment. Finally, I just thought I'd have a look at the no. So finally I thought I'd just have a look at the t-shirts and see if there was anything that, caught my eye, like maybe a little bit of a bargain for a couple of quid. And just saw this cute little, like Zara Basics that just says fashion followers. And this was £4, so, I wasn't going to complain. And I just thought, something under a jumper or a hoodie, or even a case of if I wore those with the blue jeans, and then with like a cute little shoe, that would be a sweet little like spring summer sort of nod. And white tees are white tees. I definitely am a fan of white tees, as you can tell, and I've definitely worn a lot of white so far. I just kind of feel like they're a staple, and it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? It's like a t-shirt's a t-shirt. And then I did buy this, but I'm not super sure. This is in a size small, so again I probably would have preferred an extra small, especially in the button downs, because they are quite boxy. It's just a military green, like bottle green stripe with white, kind of a really thin material, but long sleeve as well. I was hoping it would be short enough that I could probably, like with this, just kind of like layer over, but I don't know, it's a weird little one, this one. I'll have to see what I can do with it, in terms of how to style it. But when I tried it on just by itself without anything underneath, it was a little bit too flimsy for my liking. But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, for a tenner, I'll see what I can do. But if not, then I'll just one of my brothers, because we love charity. That is that from Zara. So again, that literally came to £65.92 for everything. So I literally was over the moon with that, because I thought I would be spending a lot more. I just thought while I was in the same sort of vicinity, I thought I would actually pop into Primark, just to see what they had. And I just ended up grabbing this pair of super skinny, I mean, I don't actually know if that's their super name, but I don't actually think if that's their name, but I thought they were like really, really skinny. And they've got like a frayed detail at the knees, which I really, really like, but no other rips. So these literally are a plain black jean for me. And I usually buy the women's jeans because I like the way that they fit. Excuse me. So I didn't choose the thick life chose me. Like, this is it. This is what I was expecting, I'm a thick bitch now. And the jeans came to £13. So again, £13, can't complain. Plain black jean, wear them for a bit till they turn grey, and then I just buy like classic pop socks. just because, you know, they're another sort of basic. You know, £4 can't go wrong, you get 5 pairs or whatever. And then I also bought some chunky socks just for the slightly colder weather. And also, I don't know if you guys have had the snow as bad as here, but we've definitely had quite a couple of inches here in Bristol. Cheeky. And, you know, it's a pain in the ass. It's going now, thankfully, but sis, when I tell you, Bambi on ice, like literally, it was not a cute look. So I'm so glad that that's suddenly deciding to leave. It wasn't welcome to start with, but you know, sis knows she's not welcome and she's off. So, you know, we love that. Being a child that went to secondary school during 2006 to 2011, I was there for the rise and fall of Hollister. And I've not shopped there in that time since 2008 or whatever, when it was kind of doing absolute bits. I thought, since I'd not been in there in such a long time, I thought I'd pop in and just kind of see what was, you know, okay, good. See what's, you know, cracking in there, see, you know, what the hype is, how the, you know, the young kids are doing it these days. So they were doing a really good discount deal where it's 3 for 2. So the cheapest item that you pick, obviously out of 3, you get free, which I thought was really, really cute and really fun. So I picked up things that I considered super, super careful and kind of quite classic pieces. And I mean, I say classic for Hollister. You know, this is, you know, every white boy's wet dream. So, you know, I tried to be super careful about buying things that didn't look like I was a, you know, pubescent 14-year-old, but also kind of stylish, I guess. Vibes. So I picked up this little number. If I can actually hold it up. Wow. Great styling there, Domo. It's an extra small, which I was super happy about. And it's basically just a black long sleeve t-shirt. It's like a really nice material, like slightly thick, with this really cute little palm tree design, I guess, with the little Hollister bird in the corner. And this was £22 down to 11. So I thought, you know, I can splash £11 in a bit of holly. You know, it's not something I feel super uncomfortable with. And I didn't notice there was a nice little Hollister bit on the arm there. So, you know, if you want to show that you're down with the kids, you can flash that little number at them and they'll know. And then this one I thought was really, really cute. And this was down from 22 again to 11 in an extra small. So super happy. And that is just a plain black knit. Wow.
Oh, I'm doing so well with this holding up.
With the little red bird, and I just thought that was, you know, super classic. You know, tuck this into a pair of, you know, maybe with those blue jeans with white shoes, I think would be a really sick little look. And it's kind of got like a frayed bottom hem, so I mean, if you wanted to kind of tuck it in and have it relaxed, you definitely can do. But that's just really nice. It's got like cuffs and everything, so it doesn't feel super. Then I also bought this, which I thought would be really cute for nights out, which is just a classic V-neck t-shirt. Again, in extra small. I was finding all of the bits, just with the plain black outline of the birdie. So, you know, I thought if I want to go out and pretend to be 15 again in the clubs, you know, doing bits, then me and Hollister are going to get down. And then kind of the only thing that was pretty much, you know, super, I'm here for Hollister, you know, I'm out here doing bits, was this little number. And this is just, and I really like white, hence obviously wearing white again, is just a black, really, really soft knit that has obviously Hollister across the front. I love anything that kind of has, you know, little attachments on the middle. I just think that's a really cute look at the moment. And so saw this, and this was £19, so I thought you couldn't go wrong. I think it was like £25 before, so, you know, a little bit of a saving, but I won't complain. And I just thought, you know, that'd be really, really cute with blue jeans, or even, you know, laid under a, you know, a fleece or something. I don't know, but I'm definitely a fan of white at the moment. I just think white is, especially with tan skin, it just looks pop in. So that was Hollister for me. So that came to a total of £30.97. So obviously with the deal, the cheapest thing was the little t-shirt, which was £6. And I also signed up for their SoCal like club or something. I can't remember what it was called. But finally part of a Hollister club, you know, woo woo, I'm popular or not. And that actually took me off another £10. So it was originally going to be £40.97, but signing up got me an extra £10 off, so 30 for 4 things. I don't think it's bad at all, considering that jumper itself, full price, would have been £24. So really, I got most of it for nothing. So really, really chuffed about that. That was definitely me putting my savviness to the test. And then I was a bit naughty and popped into Harvey Nicks as well, which isn't unknown for me, but I definitely wasn't planning to spend any money, but it's the way it goes. Harvey Nicks stuff, obviously, if you buy it in the sale, you can't return it, so you do have to be a little bit more careful about what you purchase, because if it is wrong or, you know, is damaged or whatever, you can't take it back. So just, you know, keep that in consideration if you buy anything in the Harvey Nicks sale. I think it's different for if you buy online, but in store they definitely are a no-go with that one. So I saw this on the sale rack and I just thought, you know, I had to get it. I actually really want one of these full price. These are the Alpha Industries bombers. I got mine in a really dark, like really nice dark navy, and it comes with that little signature red tag. And mine is in a small. Again, I probably would have preferred an extra small, but the small was the last one on the shelf, so I just thought, you know, it's meant to be if it's still here. And full price they were £160. This was down to 80, so I just thought, you know, she's doing bits, and you know, I really like bombers. I think bombers are probably the most classic out of any sort of coat. My Canada Goose, my red coat is the Chili Whack, which is their version of a bomber. So you know, I is a tried and tested style that I get away with and that I really like. So that was all good. I don't know why I'm trying to open this pocket. Again, the light's not going to do any justice, but it's like a really nice bright orange lining, so I thought if I was going to do a little off-the-shoulder look, then, you know, that would be really fun. And it's quite nice that it's not really much of a collar, so I can kind of pop it and have it, you know, facing up if I wanted to, you know, style it that way. So I just thought that was really not bad at all for £80, considering, you know, you spend that sort of stuff in Zara, and that's obviously for a Zara's brand. So to get something from Harvey Nicks for that sort of price, I couldn't say no. And then in the spirit of buying the Balenciagas and obviously wearing them with, you know, really nice chunky socks, I wanted to, you know, get these just because I thought they'd be really cute to go with them. And this is a pair of Givenchy socks. And these are in a classic white and blue sort of detail. So they look like this. Oh wow, cute. Obviously there's 2 of them, we would hope so. And they've just got like a black long consistent panel and then a navy blue like blocky panel. So that obviously in the shoe would be, you know, popping out between. So I just thought that'd be a really cute little, you know, little look, and it adds to a collection of nice shiny designer things, which, you know, I am a fan of. And this was down from £110 to £55, so pretty much 50% off. So we love that. And they were also doing a promotion today because it's the last day of sale for them. Store, I'm not sure if it's the same online. I don't know if it goes. And you get an extra 10% off if you bought today. Which brought the total to £121. So, you know, that was still less than a jacket full price, and I got 2 things. So, you know, winner winner chicken dinner. And then I also had to go and rebuy something which is so signature to me. This is a fragrance that I've worn for absolutely years now, and it's the one that I've kept probably the most secret because I don't like other people to know what it is, where it's from, because it's kind of that one for me. Like, I like to think that if anybody smelt it, they'd think of me because I wear it so much. And that is Diptyque's 34. So I've noticed in the stores especially, I'm not sure if it's all of them, they don't seem to have the classic 100ml in store anymore. I'm not sure if it's the same online or if Diptyque have actually ended up changing it, but this was the one I was used to buy, and that used to be £100 exactly. But the only one that I was only able to find and just caved in and bought is the 34, but it's the Intense, so I think it's just like a slightly more concentrated version of it, and it comes in a really, really cute little box, which is really nice, and they all come with a dust bag. I don't know why, but not going to question it, it's cute. This is £35 more, so you get 75 mils for £135, but apparently you only need like 2 pumps max of this. So I'm not, if it means that I use less, then it is what it is. I think I did really well. I don't think it came out super, super expensive. I mean, it was definitely enough, but I could have done a lot worse. So really happy with all that. So yeah, loving life. Got loads of new things to wear, so I'm sure you'll see some flicky outfits